The 10-3-2-1-0 sleep rule that transforms your nights. What if better sleep wasn't about more hours, but better rhythm? You've tried going to bed earlier, you've tried sleeping in on weekends, but the grogginess stays, the restlessness lingers. There's a reason. Sleep is not just what happens at night. It's the result of everything you do before the night begins. And with one simple countdown, 10, 3, 2, 1, 0, you can reshape your evenings, renew your energy, and reclaim your mornings. Most people know sleep matters, but few prepare for it like it does. We live in a world that worships productivity, but forgets the power of rest. Caffeine fuels our mornings, screens light up our evenings, and by the time we crawl into bed, our bodies may be tired, but our minds are wide awake. You toss, you turn, you check the clock. And before you know it, another night has slipped through your fingers. What if that cycle could be broken? The 10-3-2-1-0 rule isn't a gimmick. It's a rhythm, a countdown that gently closes the day. It begins 10 hours before bed and ends the moment your alarm sounds. Each number represents a small shift. Each step, a quiet act of self-respect. This rule isn't just about falling asleep, it's about waking up differently. With clarity, with energy, with a sense of renewal. Tonight you begin not by trying harder, but by preparing smarter. Chapter 1. 10 hours before bed. Cut the caffeine. Caffeine is subtle. It doesn't just keep you awake, it lingers. The average half-life of caffeine is about 5 hours. That means if you drink a cup of coffee at 3 p.m., half of it is still in your system by 8. The other half lingers even longer. It's not just coffee. It's the green tea, the soda, the energy drinks, even that square of dark chocolate after dinner. It speaks to your nervous system louder than you think. 10 hours before bed, the rule is simple: no more caffeine. Not because you can't handle it, but because your future self deserves full rest. Think of caffeine like a noisy guest at a party. They don't leave when asked. They linger in the hallway, talking, interrupting, keeping your brain just alert enough to block the doors of deep sleep. You don't have to quit coffee. You just have to time it with respect. Morning rituals, embrace them. Midday boosts, use them wisely. But give your body space to descend, to shift from alertness to restoration. This first number in the countdown sets the tone, because when caffeine steps aside, rest steps forward. Sleep isn't something you stumble into. It's something you prepare for, hour by hour. When you stop chasing energy in the late afternoon, you begin building the kind of sleep that doesn't just rest your body, it restores your life. Chapter 2. 3 hours before bed. No food or alcohol. Revised. 3 hours before bed, your body starts preparing for deep sleep. But when you eat or drink too close to bedtime, you're adding extra work to a system that's trying to shut down. Food activates digestion. Alcohol disrupts your natural sleep rhythm. Even if it helps you fall asleep faster, it fragments the quality of your rest. This is where the second step comes in. 3 hours before sleep, no more meals, no snacks, no drinks that alter your state. It's not about being strict. It's about giving your body a clear signal. The day is done. That time in the evening? It's not for processing. It's for letting go. If you're used to eating late, this might feel like a shift. But most people don't realize how much their nighttime choices cost them the next morning. Instead of food, create a different kind of routine. A short walk, a warm shower, a calming tea if needed. Let sleep catch up to you, not compete with what's in your system. When digestion is quiet, the body can rest. And when the body rests, the mind follows. You've quieted the body. Now it's time to quiet the mind. Because even when your stomach is still, your thoughts might still be working, planning, scrolling. The next step isn't about what you eat. It's about what you carry. Chapter 3. 2 hours and 1 hour rules. Shut down work. Cut screens. 2 hours before bed you stop working. 1 hour before bed you turn off all screens. These 2 steps are where most people hesitate, because this is where sleep meets resistance, not from the body, but from the mind. Work doesn't always end when the tasks do. Emails linger, deadlines echo. And even when the computer is off, the brain is still on. That's why this part of the rule matters so much. 2 hours before bed, draw a clear line. Step away from the keyboard, close the calendar, release the pressure to solve just one more thing. This isn't neglect, it's preparation. You're not falling behind. You're stepping into the next essential task, restoration. Then 1 hour before bed, the next line gets drawn. No screens, no phone, no scrolling, no last-minute news or late-night stimulation. Screens are light, but they're also noise. They wake up the brain at the very moment it should be winding down. Instead, create a different kind of end to your day. Dim the lights, read a physical book, stretch, write something down, even if just a sentence. This is not just about unplugging from devices. It's about unplugging from the world and reconnecting with yourself. Give your mind permission to slow down, to stop processing, to stop reacting. It may feel unfamiliar at first. You might even reach for your phone out of habit. But every time you choose quiet over noise, you're training your system to rest. And every time you do, sleep becomes not something you hope for, but something you've made room for. You've done the work to fall asleep well. But the final test comes at dawn, because sleep doesn't just restore you. It prepares you to rise. The last step in this rule isn't about night at all. It's about morning. Chapter 4. 0 snoozes. The morning reset. The final number in the rule, 0. 0 snoozes. No delay, no bargaining, no negotiation with the alarm. It may seem small, 10 more minutes, just one more cycle. But every time you hit snooze, you teach your brain that waking up is optional. You tell your body it's okay to hesitate, to resist the day. The 10-3-2-1-0 rule doesn't just prepare you for sleep, it prepares you for rising with clarity, not confusion. Getting up on the first alarm is an act of self-leadership. It's a statement, the day has arrived, and I'm ready to meet it. You don't need to bounce out of bed with a smile, but you do need to show up. Because how you wake shapes how you live. And when sleep has done its work, you don't need more time in bed. You need direction. So let the alarm be a signal, not a struggle. No more snoozes, no more delay. Just one clear step into the day you've prepared for. Chapter 5. Final thoughts. Return with the elixir. You've heard the rule, 10-3-2-1-0. A countdown, not just to sleep, but to ownership of your energy, your habits, your time. Most people treat sleep like a passive event, something that just happens, if it happens. But now you know the truth. Sleep is a process, and like any process, it responds to rhythm, to intention, to respect. Ask yourself, how many of your tired mornings were created the night before? How often do you wake up on time, but still feel behind? This rule isn't about perfection, it's about preparation. Each number is a doorway into rest that feels earned, into mornings that start with purpose, into a version of you that shows up fully charged. You don't need more time. You need better transitions, because the quality of your sleep shapes the quality of your life. And tonight, that begins with you. Before you go, take this with you. Now take the next 7 nights. Apply the rule. One number at a time. Track how you feel. Not just when you sleep, but when you wake. Share this with someone who needs a reset, and let us know how it went. Because better sleep isn't found in more hours. It's found in better choices. Listen, reflect, apply. Your rhythm starts now.